The following is a special presentation of Miami All Access powered by the Miami University Bookstore. Not just a bookstore, the bookstore.
Brian Palazzo on the left and Riley Smith on the right. Sorry. Open it up for questions.
Guys, it seemed like the first period was a little bit tough. Michigan played you pretty hard, and then came out in the second period, looked like a brand new team. What was the talk in the locker room, and what was really your focus coming out there in the second period?
Well, we knew Michigan was going to come out really hard in the first 10 minutes. They always do. They always try to punch first. It was upsetting just going down those first two goals in the first period. When we got back in the dressing room, it was pretty much just, the game's not over. We'll do it one step at a time, one shift at a time. So we just build off that.
That's true. We just got to keep moving our feet and hitting. I think that was huge. We didn't hit in the first period like we did in the last game. So in the second period, we started hitting, and then we started getting the puck more.
Riley, how do you explain the past 2 weeks? From what I've heard, it's been a completely different team.
We kind of hit rock bottom for a second there, and we've pretty much just been building ourselves back up one step at a time. And having a lot of the young guys on the team, it's tough to be able to just go right off the bat. So the young guys are doing great. They're learning quick, and they're really the game changers right now.
Seemed like there after the start of the season, you had a big start to the season, and then kind of went quiet a little bit. What was your refocus in trying to start getting the puck back in the net again?
I think we started skating more at practice. We actually started hitting the gym more, and we started going hard at practice. It was a tough 3 weeks. We'd always have to skate after practice and do more conditioning. So that was good for us, and we hate losing too. So that's probably the biggest thing.
And at that, we were at that point where we weren't getting the goals. Everyone's looking at each other, not knowing where it's going to come from, and really all it took was a couple bounces to get us start going again.
There were at least I think there were two steals that you made in the Michigan territory that really, those seemed to, it seemed to really pick up you guys' effort. Is there something that you saw?
Well, going into the weekend, we knew that they really focus on going D to D and cross ice passes. So we focused on really trying to cut that down with the third forward in the neutral zone. And there's a couple times I just got lucky where I was back checking and their D wasn't, didn't have his head up and just trying to fire it across without looking. They put it right on my stick. But
this team showed a lot of resiliency tonight. Obviously, it's a relatively young team at the forward position. How much senior leadership, did it take to kind of settle guys down? Obviously, some bounces didn't go your way, some calls didn't go your way there earlier in the game. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we have great leadership on this team. We have about 9 seniors, and I mean, they do have a lot of young forwards too. So it's good for us that we got, could step up. And I mean, after the win, we were so high yesterday, so it was big for us to come back in the second and kind of get level and then start playing again.
I know, Brian, you had the really nice shootout goal to seal the deal. You want to talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I always do that in practice, and I mean, guys always say I can't do it. So I don't know, I did it in junior hockey about 3 times and it worked. So I know last year I tried it, but the goalie poke checked me. So I mean, this year I was going to try it again, and it worked. So this is a move I've been doing for about 10 years now.
hopefully the other goalies on the other teams are watching that.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully we keep it under cover.
When did Coach tell you you were going to be taking that penalty shot?
He told me probably about 5 seconds after he saved it. So yeah, I probably had 5 seconds to prepare for that, but I mean, I was ready to go anyways.
Team came out in the second period completely different than the way the first period went, and it seemed like Riley really led that charge. Kind of talk about what he did for the team tonight.
Well, I thought first period, like you said, Michigan came out, executed a couple of nice plays, and then we had to respond in the second period. I thought we did a pretty good job. We started to be a little bit more urgent and have a little bit more energy in our play, and I thought that carried our team through the third period.
Coach, how do you explain the slow start to the season? What's changed in the past 2 weeks?
Everybody in the media wanted to pick us right off the bat, but when you have a class that's graduated in the type of class that we've had, not that we're any different than anybody else, but when you put different people in leadership roles and you have a young freshman class that needs to figure out how to compete at a high level, it's not like we were getting blown out. We were in games, we were just not making good decisions in those games, and slowly now we're starting to make those good decisions, and guys are feeling comfortable in playing in tight games, and so I would say that just a little maturity, a little bit of hard work, a little bit getting down and dirty as far as our work ethic is concerned, and we seem to be playing a lot better, and at the same time I don't think we're where we need to be, and we have a lot to work on. We haven't had a full week of practice since we started. We traveled to Alaska, and we had a Thursday night game, so this will be our first actual week of full practice since the beginning.
What were your expectations going into the season? Was it more of what you've seen the past 2 weeks?
My expectations going into the season that we'd be playing our best hockey come March, and that's our goal.
The team showed a lot of resiliency, especially there in the third period. Michigan kind of got a little bit more physical. Some calls were going, against Miami there. You kind of talk about that and how the team is growing as the season progresses.
Well, this is a great rivalry, isn't it? Hopefully we can continue to play. Michigan-Miami games in the last, I would say, 5-6 years have been barn burners, and great matchups, great goaltending, great plays by both teams. Just, they leave it all on the ice, and of course they're going to come out in the third period and start playing a little bit more aggressive, and they did, and went back and forth, and anytime it goes into overtime, it's anybody's ball game. We had a great chance, they had a great chance at the crossbar, and then we won't even get into shootouts. But these are the types of games that you want to play in that make you better, because there's no room for hesitation. There's no room for complacency. There's no room for anyone to hide, and you got to play for 60 minutes and maybe 65. And when that's not done, you got 4 or 5 guys that have to play even a couple more minutes. So I just thought that we obviously last night we got a couple of bounces, and that game could have gone either way. And it's just the way it goes.
How tough is it to coach against Red Berenson?
I have a lot of respect for Red. He's, when I was a young coach, he was the one guy that shared with me his philosophy on how he built the program at Michigan, and we've used a lot of his ideas and things like that here at Miami. So I have nothing but utmost respect, and it's when the game starts, it's really out of our control. It's the players that play, but you know, it's fun. It's fun to play because you know his teams are going to be ready, and they're pretty good.
You kind of talk about Riley Smith and how he's progressing not only as a playmaker but as a leader on the team.
Well, I think he's taken that step, isn't he? Boy, he's a very dynamic player, not only for us but in our league, and I don't think anybody should be surprised about what he's doing. He had a pretty darn good year last year, and, but it's difficult when you have to be a leader, and you know, he's taken that role, and at times he's fighting it. So we got to calm him down a little bit and just talk to him and reassure him, and you know, he's capable of stepping up and making big plays.
You decided to start Cody again tonight. He really stepped up to the challenge, taking 2 games in a row.
Yeah, he's played 4 in a row for us now. He's undefeated, so you know, he's anytime we've challenged either one of our goaltenders, they've really done a pretty good job for us. So I wouldn't say that it's surprising to me, but obviously with the start that we had, we needed to get some consistency, and Cody's given us that.
Anything else, guys?
The winning goal in the shootout, did you cringe when you saw it? Or,
Did I cringe? I see that.
Spinning in the back,
Yeah,
you know.
I see that kid do that stuff every day in practice. So he's got fantastic hands. He's you know, he made a nice play. And, I mean, I don't know what to say about it. I wish I could tell you I taught him that move.
Was it your plan all along to go to him if it went into another round?
Yeah, you know, obviously when the first 2 shooters miss, you're thinking, oh boy, this might go. We've been in shootouts where they've gone about 10 deep, so you're looking for guys to shoot. So we thought that he would be the next, and then we had a couple other guys in mind, but just I'll give Coach Brecky credit for that one.